guys, welcome to another YouTube video. It is Monday and we are 52 days out from nationals. So I got squats today, always on Mondays, which means it's my primary squat day, and I got a top single first of all, and then since I'm 8 weeks out, so 52 days, 8 weeks out from nationals, what that also means is at this point it's a lot of volume before like the peaking block where we cut volume. And so what volume basically means is lots of sets, lots of reps, and a heavier weight. So volume is basically reps times sets times weight. So for example, if I do 3 sets of 8s, that would total like 24 reps in total. And let's say I do that at 140, 150 kilos, you know, that's a lot of volume. Rather than if I have if I were to have 3 sets, or let's say I have 5 sets of doubles, so that can seem like a lot because it's like doubles and you know, oh, doubles, it's gonna be heavy. Still, that would only equal 10 reps. And even if the weight is heavier, the volume usually is lower, like the amount of tonnage you actually lift in the session. So right now I actually got top single, and then I got 3 sets of 8s. And 8s is not fun. But so I just have gotten warmed up. I can be honest and say I am crazy tired. Like the start of the prep went really smoothly, motivation was high, energy was high. Then I ran into a wall a little bit, and it's just starting to like climb up. I know what I need to do to like get my motivation up a little bit, but also of course I have discipline enough. I'm gonna do the stuff that I need either way, but I know the quality is always better if I can like still in some kind of way increase my motivation. So I'm basically trying to like get the quality of the sessions to actually like, okay, I've just done my rehab, I've done my biking, I've done 70, 100 kilos, and those are easy weights for me in warm-ups, but I try to appreciate that as well. And when I'm motivated, I appreciate that. When I'm not motivated, all I appreciate is basically heavy sets or heavy weights for like a single, and that's not what makes me stronger. So that's why I try to like get motivated for the boring stuff, sort of. So I'm gonna do 5 reps at 100, 5 reps at 120, then I'll go 135 and do like 4 reps, and then 150 and do like 2 or 4 reps, I'll see, and then probably 160, 170, and we'll see from there if I go like 172, 175. And this is basically like the 2nd week of a block, although it's actually the 3rd, but it's like since I'm 8 weeks out. So, or is it 7 weeks? Might be, no, it's 8 weeks, 8 weeks. Yes, it's 8 weeks. It screws with my head because it's not like an even number. Like I mean, the amount of like the training I'm doing this week is like a usual week 2 of a 4-week block for me. But right now I'm in week 3, yes, because like it wasn't an even number when we started the prep of like the week. So we couldn't do like 4 weeks, we had to do one like a 5-week sort of thing. It's weird, I know. I'm gonna stop rambling, I'm gonna get to it to do this, and then we'll see what we end up for the top set. But again, trying to appreciate the warm-ups as well. So I try to appreciate, okay, this is 100, it's easy. But I try to appreciate it and do it calmly, slowly, trying to endure the weight and not like push it or try to force it. Just endure and focus on my technique just as much, because it's 100 is a warm-up, but it's still 5 reps. 100 kilos, that's like amount of tonnage is like lifting 105 times, that's 500 kilos, half a ton. And you know, if I can like think like that, I do get training. It's an easy weight, yes, and it's not my main working sets for today, but still this is gonna set into my nervous system, it's gonna set into my mind, it's gonna prepare me for the rest of the session. So I want to be prepared, I want to do this as good as I possibly can, and yeah, let's get into it. 35 and it was easy and felt like according to plan. However, remember I said I was gonna do like 4 or 5 reps. I actually don't remember, but at least more than 3. And I only did 3, and that's because I kind of like blacked out. And this happens sometimes in my warm-ups and my squats that I get so concerned with how the weight is feeling that I forget to like think about how many reps I do. And it's like you're so focused on wanting the weight to be easy that I kind of black out, and what turns out is it just gets heavier. So I got 150. I'm gonna do 4 reps. I've decided in advance I'm gonna do 4 reps. It's gonna be easy. And I may do 8 a bit later, so 4 reps is nothing. You just wanna get warm. So I'm gonna do 4 reps, but I'm gonna be, in order to do that and to do good 4 reps, I have to be present, completely present of mind, and allow the weight to feel heavy on my back. So I'm gonna allow the weight to feel heavy. I'm gonna allow the weight to be slow. I'm gonna try to think about endure the entire movement. Don't try to push the movement, because that's when I try to push, it's like I forget what I'm doing, and I do things like I'm not present when I do them, which can cause it to go heavier, especially on heavier weights. Light weights, it doesn't really matter, it's gonna get easier, but so I want to be completely present on what I'm doing and think of nothing else. So that's the goal for 150, and after that I think I'm gonna go up to 160 and then 170. I think we should be able to go 170 plus today, because I did 165 for the deload week last week, but we're gonna see what's there today. And in order to do that as well, I need to be present. I need to be present in my mind, remember the goal. 52 days until nationals. What's the goal for nationals? Well, to go all in. And yeah, the goal is obviously to win, to go all in. So that's what I gotta remember. Why I like lose that motivation is because sometimes it feels so far away that you kind of forget it. Things are going well either way. It feels like it doesn't matter right now, but it does. So gotta keep that in mind. Yeah, that's it, let's go. I think I've rested enough. So full presence of mind. Alright, so that one at 170 felt really good, like really good. Could probably see me smiling when I racked it in the bar. And the second one I like racked the bar, it was 170 kilos. My mind was like 177 and a half. But then that's like my mind, like that means I definitely got 177 and a half, probably very comfortably today. I could feel that. That's why I want to go 177 and a half, but I'm gonna go 175. And that's just because I think that it's better for me to go a little bit easier than I want to, because again, it's like week 2, we're 8 weeks out, and 177 isn't gonna give me anything, but it may be an overshoot of an RP. Like just a slight, and that's why I went like 175, because I know 175 I will be able to do within the RP, I think, is like at that level, but I think 177 and a half, it's probably what I got today, like an RP 7 to 8, and I'm supposed to be on RP 7, and that's why I feel like, okay, I want to go 177 and a half, probably could, wouldn't be like a grinder, definitely not, but still, I want more room. If I go 175 this week, it means that I'm 5 kilos heavier for week 2 than I was last block, so it is progress, and I'm still like 8 weeks out, so it's good. So I can go 175, it will be good. Then I go down and focus a lot on my 8s. Like the single isn't my main focus today. And then like next week, maybe I can go 177 and a half or 180 even at a week 3 and have 180 feel easy for a week 3 for the first time ever in my life. So I don't know, but that's why I went a little bit lighter. And if you're in a prep and you're like 8 weeks out or far way out and you have like, oh, I really want to go to this weight, I would be like very much like analyze the weights that you're thinking of doing and think, is this what I want to do because I feel like I got it in me? Or do I just want to do it like because of ego? Is like, just analyze that and remember that if you want to be strong on meet day, which is probably the goal, then you better be like, think long term. It may be the right choice, 175 may be the wrong choice, but I'd rather actually go 2.5 kilos too easy than 2.5 kilos too heavy right now. And because I want my strongest sessions for this prep, I want that to be like the week before taper week. So when we are 1 week out or 2 weeks out from the meet, not now. So right now, I want my nervous system to only be fed positive feedback. And last Friday, but the Friday before that, I did an overshoot, like a crazy overshoot. So I already I used up the amount of overshoots that I have. So now I need to make it undershoot a little bit to repay my debts for that. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go 175 next, and the same thing. I'm gonna focus on being present, and I'm gonna focus on pushing my knees out on the way down, head depth, and then go up, and not focus on being like, try and make it easy, being fast or anything. Just tight, lots of air, push knees out, go down, sit down in depth, and go up. That's the mindset. Being present, again, is gonna help. So, gonna rest a little bit longer, and then let's go. So 175 felt good, and it was definitely the right. I don't think a 2.5 kilos would have made such a difference, but it definitely was a good weight choice because it was an RP7, but it was very comfortable and everything. But it definitely was like the right choice for me to go 175 rather than 177.5. Although it's such a small difference, it maybe wouldn't have. Maybe it would have moved the same, but it may be the mental aspect as well. And like 175 in a week 2 is still a lot of progress for me, so that's a win. Now the real work of the session starts. Like, it's easy when you train, when you're a powerlifter, you're trying to get stronger, or you're just trying to train someone. When you train with top singles, it's very easy to see the top single as the training. So you work up, you warm up to do a good top single, and then you just go, whatever, and you do the backup sets, like 8s or 5s, and you just go through them, because you feel like the heaviest weight is what you get. You get more excited for a top single than like 8s, of course. So it may be easier to have that as like the training, and I've done this so many times in the past where I would do like the same weights as now for like the singles maybe, but I would go like 120 or 130 for 8s or 6s or 5s, like always, going crazy easy just because it felt hard like in my head. But so right now I am trying to get into the mindset that now that the single is done, the like real work starts. So for the single, that's like more mental, being able to have the heavy weight on my back and do a good single without stressing, being completely present of mind. That's like a good training for competition, and also to getting used to heavier weights. But where I get stronger is in the backups. So now I got 8s. Now I trained my mind. Now it's time to train my legs to get stronger. So 8s, I put on 140 kilos at first. And I think this will be pretty easy, maybe even too easy, but I'm gonna go 140, and if it feels good for the RP, it's supposed to be RP 67, then I'm gonna stay here for the day. If, however, it feels light, I may go 145. If that feels good, maybe 150. But I have like 2 more weeks with 8s after this, And I want to, like the last blocks with 8s, I've done 140 and I have never been able to go above, which is because I've been overshooting my single. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I think this will be like perfect. It's just a matter of will I be able to increase the weight for the second set, or will I have to stay here? So I'll give you an update after the set, but let's get going. Eights are hard. Like the weight in itself isn't that hard. Cardiovascularly, my cardio is like way better, so it's not like that hard either in terms of like cardio, but it's still hard. So I couldn't, like, if you look at the video, you may not see it, but like the tension got worse with each rep. So like even if I could definitely go up to like 145, I'm gonna stay with 149 just because I got 2 more weeks to like up my 8s to get them higher. And this is the first week of doing 8s and it's always like the hardest. So I'm just trying to like breathe to like get back to normal to recover for the next set. But if you wonder why I breathe so badly. But so I'm gonna keep 140 actually. And you see, if it feels and looks like the same, I may add 5 kilos more. If it feels harder, I'm gonna stick with the same weight for the third set as well. And yeah, you see, because it's like it glided like a little bit on my back. Like not glided, but I lost like upper back tension a little bit. I'm happy I didn't feel my groin because to be honest, I have like period cramps in my groin. And I actually have like a groin and knee, not injury, but issue. So sometimes when it's like heavy squats or heavy deadlifts and a lot in a row, like always last week's off a block, I always have pain there. So in the warm-ups, I could feel it a little bit. I don't feel it now though, which is good. But since I have that, it's like aggravating my groin a little bit more. So that's also a reason why I don't wanna go like super heavy like now that it's week 2. So I'm gonna do 1 more set of this and we shall see. Otherwise, I'll just increase the weight for next week because I probably will be like feel a little bit better because I will be after my period, which is when at least I feel like the Hulk. So 1 more set, let's go. Now I'm at a point where I feel like puking and taking a nap because the last day was hard. So the second set, I did at 140, felt crazy actually. It felt really good. So as I told you before I did the second set, I was gonna up the weight if it did feel like the same or better. And since it felt like way better, I actually didn't go 145. I went 147 and a half. That one was tough though. Like, it was still easy. It was within the RP, like I could have done more reps, but it's like I started going like faster and I didn't have the exact same control, and also like, yeah, it killed me. So I'm glad I only did like one set at a high weight, but it was good. So 147 and a half for 8. And I think my PR for 8 is like a really bad 8 at 150. And this was a reasonable 8 and 147 and a half. So I got it stronger. That's nice. And either way, now I got leg extensions. I think it's 15 or 12 reps. I'm gonna warm up first and one set. And so I'll do 12 or 15 here. And then I'll check the program to see how many it should be. Finito of the day. So, good session. Tired now, but you may have noticed I only do 2 exercises as well, and that may come as a surprise to some people, because if you're someone who often watches YouTube or influencers, you may see like a lot of people, they do like 5, 6, 10 exercises per session if they're hitting legs, and I used to do that in the past, and I'm not saying that it's wrong at all to do more exercises, but I found that for me, for example, I get better results with doing less, because I can focus on my squat and get the most out of it there, and then I can have like another exercise afterward to work on weaknesses in my legs to strengthen that. But like, I'm going so heavy, I don't really need 10 different exercises. I don't do a lot of sets, but I try to really challenge myself in the one exercise that I do. And sometimes it's way easier to at least have good focus if you're doing 2 exercises rather than if you have 6. For example, today I woke up late, and when I got in, I started getting mad because my music didn't want to connect, and PMS. But so I got like kind of cranky, and you know, it took some time before I could actually get into the session, way later than usual. And I have my computer, I decided to just put the clock off, like literally hide the time, so hide the activation field like in the bottom so I can't see the time, because I knew that I would start getting stressed, because I know that right now I lost half an hour of work today, which I don't like, but I can like take that in for the rest of the week. I can definitely like get back from that, and like it's only like different focus kind of work. Like I still have all the client work I'm gonna be able to do, and that's like the important thing at least. So the important things I'm gonna be able to do. But with that, I would start if I had the time on, and every time I would like go to my computer, pause the music when I was supposed to film a video, check the program, I would see the time and I would start stress. And that would have likely have caused me to, okay, be good on my single, but stress the 8s, stress the rest periods, stress my leg extension. And imagine most people have times, like I'm lucky that I can choose with my time. Like I am very, very lucky and blessed that I can actually choose if I like, so I don't have to like stress in that manner. I stress myself sometimes, but I don't really have a time to to go to. But you know, other people, most of you who watch this probably have some time you have to be done by. Imagine having 6 exercises that you're supposed to do within a certain time frame. What's gonna happen if, let's say, you get there a little bit later or anything? You're gonna miss quality in all of the exercises because you're gonna stress through them, stress to get done with the session, rather than, for example, okay, I got this amount of time and I have 2 exercises. Okay, good. I can keep quality in them. I would, if let's say I did have 6 exercises in my program, I would rather do the first 2 with my utmost focus and quality with everything that I got, and not have time for doing the last 4 than to stress through all 6. Because when it comes to training, it's what matters is, okay, you want to train all the muscle groups you're supposed to, for example, but even though I only have 2 exercises, I got all the muscle groups that I need to. Like this day, I got squats, which basically trains my entire lower body and some of my upper body. And then I got leg extensions. So what I didn't train exclusively is glutes and hamstrings, but glutes, I do train them and my abductors in my warm-ups because to prevent injury and rehab. So I get that in. And also glutes is my strong part, but I didn't get my hamstrings, for example. But with that said, on Friday, I got another squat session, and then the other exercise I got is hamstrings, RDL. So it's glutes and hamstrings for the accessory. So during the week, I will get my entire body done, even though there's not a lot of exercises. And when you have 6 exercises, it's usually because more 2 or 3 exercises of the same muscle groups to just get them really tired, and that may be more fun for you. And then do it. I'm not saying that it's wrong, but if you have a time frame that you have to get done in, and you it's quality over quantity. I can get the exact same tiredness in my quads and in my legs from doing 2 exercises that I would if I did 6. But if I do 2 exercises with good quality, I will get more tired than if I do 6 exercises without focusing and stress through them. And I guess that's my point. I only do 2 exercises per session, or 2 to 3 exercises per session, sorry. And on squat days, I usually only do 2 because I get so tired from the squat. And I do train compound movements. Also, another thing, I do train 6 times a week. So it would definitely be a little bit different if, let's say, you train 3 times a week. And then probably sessions are gonna have a bit more exercises. But I do train 6 times a week, and then each session is a little bit shorter, but this allows me to have a lot of quality on my sessions. And today, when I would be stressed, I know I only got 2 exercises. Yes, I still got late, and like I said, I'm blessed to be able to do that, but that's, for me, what takes the most time is all the warm-up and rehab that I have to do. But for example, I regret this, but I skipped my rehab Thursday and Saturday last week because it was bench days, and I thought okay, maybe I can skip it. What happened is immediately I start feeling my groin and knee a little bit. So it's and if I skip my rehab just once, I'm gonna start feeling my back, my groin, my knee, which isn't fun. So it's something that I hate, I don't like. But if I want to be able to train, I have to do it. And it takes up a lot of time. It takes up a lot of time. But I do it either way, and that's what takes the most time for me. And if I start to stress and skip my rehab, for a squat session, for example, then nothing I'm gonna do, in that squat session is actually gonna be productive because I'm probably gonna get in pain. And then what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have to skip another session or lower another session, and I just lose more. So I'd rather let's say I didn't have time for leg extensions. I would rather just do my squats and do all my rehab before I skip the leg extension than I would skip the rehab, because it's so important. But so with that said, you can get by with doing way less exercises. And I think this is a good thing as well to if you do have time, sometimes we stress ourselves out. So the key thing is actually just hide the time. If you have a phone, turn it off, or put it black or white, something so you can use something so you can see the clock, or don't watch it. If you're like me, you have your computer instead with you. Do not have the phone. Put the timer away, because then you can just be in the session, and then you're gonna see, oh crap, it took this long afterwards, but then you can change everything at least if you have like the opportunity. And that's why it's good to train at a time where you have more time for you as well, because then you can do those changes. But so that helped me a ton today. Otherwise I would have stressed a lot. But since I decided, I knew from like, I got cranky and mad because I couldn't get my speaker to work today. So like I got cranky from that. Like how it would be so easy for me to stress. So I decided to like, okay, let's just dig up. I can't do anything. Like after all, nationals is coming. I have to prioritize my training. And like I have until 7 tonight to work. Like I'm gonna get my work done. Like all of my days, like training and working and getting to the clients. So yeah, it's gonna be a good day in that sense, and I'm happy that I could make that choice today because it allowed me to actually get a good session. Although I was not motivated, I was cranky, I didn't even want to train. I wasn't motivated for nationals, but that's why I like doing these videos for you guys, because like doing these videos actually makes me more motivated. And it's just because if I have a session and I'm like cranky, I don't want to train, and I'm supposed to film and tell you, like I just get motivated by it because I start thinking and reminding myself, because I'm reminding you that it's 52 days out for me for nationals, which seems kind of selfish or self-centered, I'd say it. But at least for that I'm reminded and I make better choices. So I'm really happy about this session. 52 days, 8 weeks out. And yeah, so now I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna have a quick nap, just get my heart rate down and relax like a little bit and eat something, or eat lunch actually. And then I'm gonna get straight into working and work and just have like pauses for some walks today, but get working. And I'm excited for that, to be honest. And yeah, nothing else is happening this week, nothing crazy. Or actually, I have my little brother coming up from visiting me up here in where I live, because I don't live where I was born, or I don't live where I grew up anymore. So he's coming up to visit me this weekend, which is really fun. So I'm gonna train with him, but that's not gonna like affect training or anything. It's just gonna be more family time, which actually is 8's recovery. So that's it. I don't know which session next week I'm gonna talk to you. Probably a bench session. I'm trying to do like squat, bench, deadlift, something like that. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Thank you as well for following along on this journey. I hope you get something from everyone. And again, if you have any questions that you like specifically want me to answer on anything regarding reaching your goal, getting stronger technique, whatever it can be, let me know in the comment section below. And with that said, again, thank you for watching, and subscribe and like if you want. If you're interested in coaching, you can click the link below as well. But with that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.